A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, The Twin Flame Union. In this channeling session, the Divine Masculine is going to be going through a phase of big realizations and trying to connect with this mission on planet Earth, because the Divine Feminine has chosen a soulmate over him and he's pretty much aware about that situation. So let's get started. So the energy of this channeling is that the Divine Feminine in this case is a very awoke person who is pretty much connected to the mission work in completion, and she is working on the mission work. And again, a lot of you are going to resonate with this, because those of you who are in the mission work, they are probably, in my opinion, actually in the union, in a complete union. They are integrated with the source much better. So even if they go through a painful situation, or even if the energy goes up and down, or like how it happens in life, the situations of life are not always supposed to be adverse. Like none of the all days cannot be in that situation. So she is one of those people who has fully understood it via practical experience, and she feels that her mission work is much more important, because that is the only thing that has given her a lot of peace. And she actually learned a lot via the mission work, especially the connection that she has with the source. Her faith got highly increased, because what happens with a lot of divine feminines, like they're all given time. So separation is basically a time slot that the universe gives to them. In that time slot, they're supposed to do their inner work so that they can reach to the final stages of the union, or the twin flame journey, I would say. But what happens is that many of them, they get digressed or distracted, or many of them are in the continuous blame game. That's why I sometimes feel that prayers and grace of Guru is very, very important. Only they can help you ascend in this. And a level of pain should be experienced all by yourself. When you're completely alone, when you have no support system whatsoever, no human support system whatsoever, when you're completely in a situation where you're under the spotlight, and everyone is so difficult with you, especially the closest one, especially the one who you feel are going to be there for you, but when they backstab you, or when they do not acknowledge you, or in some cases when they actually disapprove of you in front of a lot of people, it's a very heartbreaking situation. And when you don't have any support, when you're doing mission work or inner work, it can be very tough as well. And when I speak about support, I also include basics like food, shelter, the basics you require. You probably don't have a house to live, you're dependent on other people. Even for basic things in life, you have to sort of feel like a beggar. So when the Divine Feminine has crossed all of those areas, and she's managed to heal her root chakra, her sacral chakra, her solar plexus is, because of daily practice, it's giving her energy, the confidence, the daily confidence that you require to turn your intentions into actual realities. In this channeling, where she is in communication with the DM, and why she knows that this is my twin flame, why there is a very clear demarcation of this is my twin flame and this is a negative soulmate, or this is a karmic, or this is a positive soulmate, or this is a false twin, that clear demarcation comes with experience, and that comes with when you go within yourself a lot and fully, then you know that who's who. So she knows, because the twin flame is the person who actually accelerates your growth. That is the reason why the twin flame is there in your timeline, in your trajectory, because that person is the only person who's going to make you question as to why is this happening to me, and I need to fix it. So the universe gives everyone that time frame to work on themselves. But in some cases the feminines get distracted. Even though they know that they have a mission, and they know that by doing this, I feel the most, I feel amazing when I do this type of work. but they have still so much societal pressure and so many fears that they do not get full-fledgedly into it. So their growth doesn't happen fully. So what happens is that the time gets stalled. So instead of 2.5, 3, 4 years, whatever the universe has given, it gets into double time, delays, and this and that goes on. And plus, you obviously have to suffer, or then the universe will give you other types of soul shocks. If you don't do your work, your inner work, and the soul shock given by the DM is not enough for you, because even the divine feminines are very, sometimes very stubborn in a negative way. They don't want to do the work. They just want to, stay stuck in the dark night of the soul. Then the universe will give them further more soul shocks, even bigger, deeper soul shocks that will wake them up completely. That will be like, enough to shake them up and wake them up. So in this case, in this channeling, what is being happening is that the divine feminine is very dedicated to the mission work, and she's realized that the divine masculine, though he acknowledges the mission work, or though he acknowledges her lifestyle, or he loves her, all of that is there, but he is on a different path altogether, and the path is a completely materialistic path. That is not the path that she is on, and she feels like, it was the heartbreak that he gave to her, and before the heartbreak, the love they feel was the reason that she actually got ascended so much. But it was actually the separation phase and the mission work, and whatever she did it alone. He was not there with her. So she feels that, in my mission work, I can either wait for him to come to this level or do this type of work, or I have to give him his own time and space as well, so that he understands that what I'm doing is my passion, is something, passion is not the right word, rather not use it, something that is her soul purpose. The soul basically is making her do it, and she's not in the doership consciousness. She doesn't feel that she is the doer. Everything that is being done is done by the universe, and that's about it. So now she is very much guided, or she's very much inclined. She's feeling it's happening on its own. She's able to, detach from the same person who mattered a lot to her. And she feels that, maybe he's gonna take time. And in that meantime, she cannot, be always convincing or quarreling. Or now, earlier it was more about convincing him, but now it is more about convincing her own self that should I do this or should I not do this. Now I'll tell you that there are 2 more or 3 more ways to go about it. Either the divine feminine can continue to do her mission work alone. She can just be like, okay, I don't need him any which way, so I'll keep doing it alone. That is a different path. And she can go like, so what? I have other people, I have a team, or sometimes she may not need the team. She does not want to, move anywhere, because she's very comfortable in her zone. She has found peace in any place and every place of the world. Like how it happens, a lot of people, when they're sad or they're upset, they have to go somewhere, or they have to do something to, normalize or to become better. And especially on the ascension journey, this is something that a lot of you would relate with. But the divine feminine has become a person where she can create her heaven, her peace, her happiness, her joy in exact place where she is, and the universe will also provide her with all of those things that actually make her happy. For some people, like shopping can make you happy, clothes can make you happy, food can make you happy, or maybe a trip can make you happy, a vacation can make you happy, a business can make you happy, spending time with your own people, whatever it is that matters to you. But when it comes to the mission work, the universe is going to surround the divine feminine with all the things that her soul really gets proper love energy, one love energy from. So she's found that place in her life. She feels that she doesn't need anyone. She doesn't care about anyone, and she has to do whatever she's loving to do. Now, there is another option. So we all have positive soulmates and we have negative soulmates. Negative soulmates are the same people, who could be in our family, very close to us, but their job in this planet is just to pull us down, just to keep us trapped, just to make us feel horrible. They are easy vessels, even for negative entities. to manipulate, and sometimes they know it, because everyone knows. We all know when we are acting vicious, when we are acting sneaky or bitchy. Actually, bitchy cannot be used as a negative word, because I think dogs and bitches are the most loyal creatures of all animals. Dogs and obviously female, male, both, they are the most loyal, and bitches are so loving, like in my experience, so I won't use it here. I had to explain that, because sometimes it happens, someone calls me a bitch or something. I really love it. I don't know why. I just have a smile on my face, and I'm sure the one who's calling me a bitch might feel why she's smiling. But anyway, so this is something that I wanted to say this here, that no matter who says what to her, she has found her own space, her place, and her mission work. And now what is happening is, when the mission work expands, other people join in. So the negative soulmates are going to go away, because their toxic ties, toxic cords are going to be at bay. So most divine feminines on this journey, they eventually find a way how to coexist with negative situations or negative people. Like, you will not give them any energy, you will not have much conversation with them, and you will also not have much of an emotional connection with them, because there's no point having an emotional connection. But with the positive soulmates, they are there to act as your team, they are there to support you, they are there to love you, because they have probably gone through the similar experiences, they're on the same frequency. So all the divine feminines will attract, which they've never attracted in the whole life. They will feel, that my whole life I was meeting people, making friends, but I never had this type of a close camaraderie or a close bond with people who are so supportive, with whom you can have so many conversations, or be yourself. Most importantly is be yourself. You can even be silent, very quiet, not strike many conversations, but you can be yourself. There's no judgmental energy, no negativity or nothing like that. So those are your soulmates who you will attract once you ascend further, because you need both. Your whole life you were stuck with the negative soulmates. Once you ascend, it's time to be with the positive soulmates. Now, when she attracts a positive soulmate who's on the same mission work, you cannot use a gender here if you feel like, but I'll be using it so that it's easy for me to explain. So she is someone who has a mission work, and she has a certain lifestyle that she wants to live. And despite being in a harmonious communication with the DM, she feels that the DM cannot live with her, or she cannot live with him. She doesn't feel that yet, and it is her decision, because to live with the DM, she has to let go of her mission in some ways or the other, which she doesn't want to do. So there is a positive soulmate situation here, and the positive soulmate is like, they have the same goals, same principles, and they're doing similar work. So they join in together, and she feels in this channeling, it is showing, I don't know if this is how it will stay on forever, but it is shown that they will, or they do, or they already have some kind of romantic feelings for each other. They feel that, love that you feel between couples, some kind of materialistic, give and take is there, where the other person is sort of there as a partner, or as a, very close connection. So this soulmate bond is going to be a long bond, because all soulmate bonds are long. Even if it's a negative soulmate, or even if it's a positive soulmate, bonds are always long. So she is choosing him over the twin, is what the energy is like. And it could be happening to a lot of you, because or some of you, whatever it is. I know I have this very strong feeling that it is happening with a lot of divine feminines who are on the mission work. I know there are a lot of people who listen to my channelings, but I will go by the subscriber count over here. So even if there are, say, 7,000 people subscribed on this channel, I would say that at least 1,500, which is a very big number to be honest. 1,500 people on planet Earth doing mission work, divine feminines, is a huge number. It's a very good number actually, because these divine feminines have developed some kind of a, a very empowering energy around them, which is not easy to find. Because in the twin flame journey also you'll see, though many people are interested in this journey and many people are attracted to this journey, but to reach to that level of creating peace wherever you are and being very much completely into the mission work, living your best life, and also being very open to problems or challenges, not being like, yeah, challenges won't come now because I'm ascended. That's not gonna happen. Ascension, no ascension. Nirvana, no nirvana. Enlightenment, no enlightenment. Problems are a part of planet Earth. It's just that when you ascend, you don't see them as problems, because you are out of the good and bad or the duality game. You just see them as a challenge, or you just see them as how, you have levels in a game. Or you just see it like, if I can't do it like this, then what is the other way of doing it? Maybe this is also a type of strategy in the twin flame, journey, that if I cannot do it like this, what is the other better way to do? Like if I cannot feel very peaceful and content with my twin, no matter what it is, what is the other way of me feeling peaceful and content? So the divine feminine feels it's the mission work that she is here to do, and the positive soulmate is like a person who is doing the same things with the same zeal, enthusiasm, with the same energy. He is very much like a very authentic person. Now, what is in the future for them, that is something that is not shown in the channeling, but definitely it is being shown that they have a very beautiful bond. It's a very pure bond. It's not a fake bond, and it's not like how you say, a bond where you have to make a lot of effort. It's a very effortless bond, and both of them understand that we are here to do something on planet Earth. Our time matters. We have to give it back. Or, even if you don't have all these, like how we say in Hindi, mahanta or greatness, like you have to feel very great about yourself. They don't want to feel great about themselves. They just want to be happy, and they just want to live their lives. So with the twin, what is happening is the twin is maybe dealing with a very stubborn karmic template, where he is like, I have to do this in a certain way, I have to do it like this, I have to do it like that. And there's a lot of materialistic attachment in the twin's life even now, despite communication or despite, that love and affection. He feels the love, very deep love for the feminine. He feels that she is the only person who has made me, be this person also. But there is some attachment to the pain, like he feels pain and pleasure and pain and this. It could be because maybe, there was a time when he was ascended and she was not in certain areas. So this is definitely going to play out for some of you. Even if it's not 1500 people, even if I say 500 people, 500 feminines, and doesn't matter if you're subscribed on my channel or not, I just said it just for the effect, maybe. So yes, so this is where the channeling ends. The divine feminine chooses a positive soulmate over the twin flame for completion of a mission work, or for support in the mission work, or just she wants to feel good. She's feeling good with the positive soulmate around her, and she feels very inspired also by him, and she feels some kind of a respect for him also, because it's very important you have the respect, and that respect she's not able to feel for the twin. She's not able to feel it for the DM, that this is, she feels that what is this DM doing? He contacts me, then he calls me, then he says, I love you, and then he says this, and then he says that, then he go back into his dark shell, or he's still trapped with the karmic illusions, or he just doesn't want to know and learn something extra, something out of the box. And she's not in that stage anymore where she wants to run after him, pacify him, chase him, find out about him, bother about him. So you can say that this could also be a natural thing, and definitely it's not a karmic connection, because in a karmic connection, we all know how karmic connection is. I have discussed it many times. Soulmate and karmics are very different, very, very, very different from each other. So on that note, I'm going to end this channeling here. One love and peace out.